Hey friends, welcome to my page, DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Friday, TGIF guys. It is Friday, right? I better check. It is Friday. Yeah, Friday. Friday the 3rd. not Friday the 13th. Okay. All right, guys. How are you? We're going to do our little hello sign. I decided I have all the paint sitting here. I may as well just do the insert. I need to take a picture of it, and I didn't have time to paint it separately. So sometimes I'll paint like a sample and take the picture. So we're doing this today. We have all our colors already here from yesterday. How is everybody? And I did get the turkey posted separately. Sorry, I'm having some struggles with my words today. Let me get this shared over to VIP group. How are you, everybody? Hope you're doing good. I don't see myself. What does it say? Technical support needed. What? Oh, no, it says technical support there. There I am. Okay, I found it. Sometimes it takes me a second. Go ahead and say hello so I know that you're watching. I'll get this shared over to VIP group, and then I will get it shared to our channel, and we'll get started right away. So, yeah, okay. There goes my stomach growling. Did you hear it? It did this to me yesterday where it didn't show up the channel. That's so weird. The link to select channel. Where is it? Guess what? It's not there. Maybe I need to go out and then go back in, and it will magically be there. There it is. How about that? Sometimes you just got to try it 2 or 3 times. All right. This is our door insert. Our monthly kit, TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday. Okay, perfect. Okay, got it shared to the channel. And now we can start. Let me get myself in the corner. We're just going to go ahead and get started. Holy cow. Can you believe it's Friday? Which means that I have today, tomorrow, set up craft show on Sunday, Monday. Boy, it got here quickly. Boy, did it get here quickly. Yes, it did. Hi, Pam. How are you? Good morning, Cheryl. Hi, Denise. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Lori. Hey, guess what, guys? Remember when I ordered my Debbie kit and I said that the snowflake transfer was not on there? And it's like, I'm worried about that. I got my Debbie transfers last night. Do you want me to grab them so I can show you? I'll go grab them really quick. I did not get the snowflake transfer. I have to contact customer service. I am so sad. I don't know what happened. There was a glitch. It was not included in my order. So let me grab those transfers really quick so I can show you everything. Hang on 2 seconds. Okay, sorry, I'm back. I decided against doing one of these transfers today because I already have all my paint set up for this, and I need to take pictures so that I can mail out kits because a lot of you ordered already. But let me go ahead and show you her transfers. I did not get the snowflake one. I'm so upset. Remember I told you that I didn't see it included in it. I think there was a glitch in the system when we first placed our orders and they didn't have it loaded yet. So it wasn't on my order form. Therefore, it didn't get pulled by who was pulling orders. So I have a message into them, but I'm also going to contact I'm also going to contact them because it should have been pulled. I hope that no one else has that same problem. I paid for overnight shipping and I got it, but I did not get the one transfer that I wanted because I have a surface ready. I have the little snowballs that I purchased. I wanted to take that to the craft show set up on Sunday, but I have my second one is coming on Monday, so I do have another one coming. Let me see, where did I leave off here? Let me start here. Hey Melissa, how are you? Hi Carrie, hi Lori, hi Doris, good morning. Hi Lynn, hey Holly, hi Karen, hi Janine, good morning guys. Okay, let me just show you, these are my Debbie transfers. And let's just get a little bit closer. Really cute. So I saw her put this one on a wine bag, but it doesn't have to have wine in it. You could have soda or anything like that. But it was really cute. The little bag, Santa's little helper. I think that's super cute. I think my neighbors need one. I think my daughter might need one. My daughter-in-law. I think those little bags are really cute. And then Oh Holy Night. I know there's a sticker, so it covers up part of that. I'm not going to take them out, though. The sled's really cool. This is a postcard. It says it's a postcard. That's really cool. I love the little church and the nativity. So I will have cutouts. I don't have them yet. I just don't have enough hours in my day. So House Rules. I love this one. All the really cool things on there. That one will be good, just a one and done. We'll definitely do that one next week when I need a quick project. Peace on Earth. There's a little dove in the center. And then a snowflake. That's a big snowflake. I love that. This would be kind of fun to do a whole bunch of these or to put these on your window. See, I think if you were a teacher, wouldn't it be fun to put these all over your classroom window if you had windows that open like by the door? It'd be kind of fun to put that on the window or on your car window. How fun would that be? And then here's the, what is this? North Star, and it's kind of like a star pattern. Is it frozen? I don't show I'm frozen. Is it frozen? Maybe it is. Is it on my phone? No. Okay, good. It's back. Okay. And then the trees, those are cute. Just little simple trees. And then this, I ordered more doormats because this is going to be so cute on the doormat. But we're not doing that today. We're going to do this because I already have my paints sitting here waiting. So we'll do a Debbie project. Maybe even tonight we'll do one. They're all so pretty. I love them. So where did I leave off here? I'm not sure. I think you're, I'm just going to start here. Hey, Holly, how are you? Thanks for sprinkling. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Janine. Hi, Karen Ross. Good morning, Sandy. Hi, Laura. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Marilyn. Good morning. Hey, Kimberly. How are you? Okay, and I just got another order. Yay. So, guys, there's several people that had problems ordering yesterday because your orders were more than $200. There is an issue with that. If you have an issue, just send me a message and I will process it manually. That's always an option, and I'll just do the credit card over the phone. Or what we can do, another person did this and they just selected porch pickup, and then we'll add the shipping later. So it actually did work when they did that. But I think maybe when Janine tried porch pickup, it didn't work for hers. So anyways, okay, so carefully slide this out. So the jute is going to kind of be in the way for this one because it's taller, but it's still going to work. Okay, we're going to slide it out. So here's what we're going to make. We're going to make our little pilgrims with our turkey. It says give thanks, and there's some pumpkins. And we did our blocks yesterday and the standing turkey. I did add the standing turkey by itself. I'm going to hang that on the wall right there. So let me get you that link. And if you want to get the turkey by itself, you can do that. If you're adding it in with other things, let's see, you should be able to get the discount because if you have an order of $40 or more, then you'll get a discount on the turkey because the turkey is, okay, there it is. The turkey is $16.75. It takes a lot of wood for that turkey. But I did it so that it was also a fall item. So if you order the turkey with other things, You'll get the 30% discount on that. I did continue the discount, the sale until Sunday night, I think. I have to look again. I'll look and see. I'm pretty sure I did it through the weekend, because I had a couple of people say, hey, can you do it? Can you do it through Sunday? Okay. All right, here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and let's paint. I don't think this is this going to be big enough? Maybe. You know what? This small one might be big enough. We should try it. We should try. Yeah, there's not that many extra pieces. It's actually, a lot of it is attached to this. Okay, so we're going to take this off. This is going to be white. Do I have my picture here? Oh, I do. There it is. This is white. This is brown. Okay, we'll paint this part brown. This is white, and the hat band's white. The hat is black. Did you hear my stomach growl? Brown for the buttons. I'm just trying to group things. His waddle, his eyes are white. Hands are brown. Face is brown. Okay. Pumpkins are orange. Centers of the pumpkins are orange. And we need to move that. Just trying to group things a little bit. This is white. This is white. Okay. And then this is all attached, and we'll just paint. We'll just paint. So you have 3 big windows that look out into the wood. The snowflakes will look cute. Oh, yeah. That will be really cool. I think that's a great idea. Okay, let me go in closer, you guys, because this is smaller. Oops. Not that close. maybe like that. There we go. Okay, let's get started. Let me see. Somebody hopped on here. Hi, Sylvia. How are you? Good morning. Hi, Bridget. All right, so let's paint. All right, let's do this sign part, watered down, the watered down one. We'll do that. Oh my goodness, guys. I was painting Snoopy ornaments last night. I was so tired yesterday. I don't know. It's been a long week. It's been a long week of projects and paperwork and getting stuff ready. Oh my goodness. It's a lot. It's a lot to get stuff ready for a craft show. And then I'm getting my one for next year already on the books. It's just, yeah, I have to do that. So my one in Chula Vista, I already have my dates for that for next year, because you have to do it ahead of time. They moved us around a couple of times. My date changed 3 times on that show. My one for spring, and then I got my fall one for next year already scheduled for both Chula Vista and the Apple Crate. So Apple Crate's in October again, and the Chula Vista show is the week before Thanksgiving. I'm like, you just need to block that off for infinity till the end of time for me. So, hey Michelle, how are you? Good morning. I was just saying, if you guys, you might have, if anybody has a cart that they have stuff in and they weren't able to check out, just send me a message and I can help you check out. I can process the credit card over the phone. Okay, so sometimes it'll say we don't ship to that location, and we do. We don't ship to Canada. Occasionally I'll do an order, but I have to do it through PayPal. But if you've been ordering from me and then all of a sudden it says we don't ship to you, it's not there. It's the program, and I'll have to process your credit card manually. Anytime you have an order that's $200 or more, it says nope, not going to do it, and I don't know why, because there's many of you guys that have $300, $400, $500 orders, and I just process it manually. I just have you call me and I enter the credit card and it goes through. So let me know if you're having an issue with that. Just send me a private message. We'll hop on the phone. I'll enter the credit card and life will be good again. I don't understand it. I told Tara I really need to just get on with somebody on the phone and have them figure it out, because it's just not It's a pain in the butt. It really is. Okay, let me get a couple of smaller brushes. Need brushes for the face and the turkey feathers. The feathers. Yeah. So you're doing your first craft show and your anxiety is through the roof. Yeah, I totally get that. Totally get that. Oh, Cheryl, I also had an emotional week. That takes a lot out of you. Yes, yes. Okay, so let me tell you what also got to be emotional yesterday. So yeah, it's been an emotional week with Stubby, having to say goodbye to my little buddy. I'm just grateful I made it back from my trip before we had to help him cross the Rainbow Bridge. That's the easy way of saying it, So I saw this post yesterday. This is a horrible thing. Okay, we're painting with warm beige. Okay, so we're gonna do the face with warm beige. I hope I have my little dauber things in here for the. Oh, here's a small one. This one will work. It's a smaller one. It's a different type, but that will work. I saw a post in our neighborhood type chat, in the neighbors group, and it said, if you've recently had a dog that was cremated, check on this, because this particular cremation place, they were not cremating the dogs. They were sending out random ashes. Yeah. And I'm like, I panicked for a second because I couldn't remember which cremation company they told me that they were going to send Stubby's body to and have him cremated. So that was kind of panicky. So I found out it was not the same one. But here's what happened, guys. Let me tell you this horrible story, because we've actually had it happen at a regular crematorium for people here, that they were not cremating the bodies. Isn't that horrible? Okay, let's start with some of our feathers. Let's do some of our feathers as we're letting that go. Okay, deep ochre. So we're going to select deep ochre. I'm going to need another pellet dish. So anyways, with the dogs, somehow something happened and their gas was shut off. So their gas was shut off, and so they weren't able to cremate the bodies, and they didn't tell anybody, and they didn't stop taking animals. So they were just sending out random ashes to people, acting like they're doing their job. And somehow someone got wind of the fact that they didn't have any propane. Okay, that's deep ochre. We're going to do the two feathers on here. These two feathers are deep ochre. So a lady goes to the crematorium, the pet crematorium, and she sees someone in there and they won't answer the door. And she's so frustrated because during the time frame that her pet was sent to them and the ashes were received was during the time frame that they didn't have any propane, and they still didn't have propane right now. They still don't have propane. And so she contacted the police and said, I need in there. They're not answering. I think that they gave me just regular pet ashes and not my own, and I need to talk to them. And so the sheriff actually came and made the guy open the door, and the lady goes in. And I hope you're not squeamish and eating your breakfast, but there's a whole bunch of freezers in there. There's a whole bunch of freezers. And she is able to look inside the freezer. And there's a whole bunch of freezers with many, many, many different pets in there frozen that they haven't cremated. It's horrible. It's like a nightmare. It's like a bad nightmare movie, horror movie that you see. And she was able to go through freezer after freezer and find her pet. And anyway, so I was stressing until I got the message back from the vet, the animal hospital, that Stubby did not go to that crematorium. Isn't that horrible? So then I saw a follow-up with it that their electricity is going to be shut off soon. So what's going to happen when their electricity gets shut off? Those animals are going to unthaw. That person needs to be prosecuted. I'm just not I'm not happy. I have never, ever just wanted to get real. I don't know if I'll get kicked off Facebook to saying what I'd like to do with my fists. So I'm afraid if the person was in front of me, I would punch them in the face if it was my dog. I'd be the one going to jail. So anyways, isn't that horrible? So I had that stress going on while I was trying to find out if my sweet little boy had gone to that crematorium, and he had not. So he went to another one that we actually have had our pets at, but it was a different office location. They have a couple of different locations, but can you even believe that people would do something so horrible like that? If you don't have the capability of doing your job, then don't keep accepting the pets and just freezing their bodies. That's terrible. That is just a horrible, horrible thing for the pet owners. I don't even know what's going to happen with it. It's terrible. Oh, it does, Sarah. Makes them all look horrible. Sarah, your husband's funeral director, so the funeral homes that stack up bodies is just disheartening. Yes, yes. Now I know that can happen when there's a John Doe, when they don't know who the person is, or they can't find the family member, and the bodies stay there until they can be processed. I know that can be a problem with homeless people, that there's nobody to collect the body, and then eventually the courts have to take over, and the city, somebody in the city will pay for it. It gets paid for through the city funds or something like that when it's a homeless person that nobody claims the body. But yeah, it just makes me so mad. I hope that person faces charges. So anyways, we're painting today, and Darlene's getting out a little frustration. and Cheryl did remind me that I had a stressful week, and yes, I did. So it was very hard, and even at night, every night was very hard, because here's why. Every night Mr. Stubby would fall asleep on the couch, and my husband would sneak off to bed with the other dogs, and he'd say, "Honey, let him sleep as long as he can," because Stubby was famous for waking up during the night and getting my husband up, so that he could go get a drink of water, because he can't hop down off the bed, or go out and go potty. All the other dogs could get down and go out and use the potty pad and get a drink of water or eat something, but he couldn't. So he would wake my husband up, and so my husband would say every night, "Just let him sleep as long as he can, so he doesn't wake me." And so every night when I was going to bed, I would scoop the little guy up, take him out to go potty. I had to carry him because he couldn't walk very well anymore, and then let him get a drink, do all the things before I take him in and set him on my husband's bed. So I bet my husband is sleeping better as far as not being woke up by him, but it's got to be hard for him, because he would the last few weeks he would sleep with his hand on Stubby, just feeling his breathing, because he was afraid he was going to stop breathing during the night. Okay, I don't have to paint this. I made that same mistake last time. I painted this, and I don't have to. So there was a story once from a funeral home in the South taking humans and not cremating them, and they were just stacking them up in the back room. I remember that, and the smell was horrendous, and the people were just devastated. Yes, I know. It's horrible. It really is. And Carrie says we watched a documentary on a crematory that was doing that. Yeah, there's one that was here in our town, the Neptune Society, that did that. Or they were cremating them all together, doing a group cremation. There you go. That's the word. A group cremation, instead of cremating the bodies separately. So I think that actually is an option, though. I think that's actually an option. Laura, I took one of the dogs for a walk yesterday, and a big dog came running out of the house, and we were walking and came running up to us and tried to bite your dog. Oh my gosh. She got defensive and nipped back, which I think helped her, but then the dog tried again. You yanked your girl up just in time for the owner to get their dog. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Laura, that happens around here. We've seen a rise in numbers of dogs being attacked by loose dogs that are just running about, or stray dogs. And then, the little dogs, because your dog's still a puppy, right? little dogs can die from just being shook. So carry pepper spray or a taser with you. That's just what I suggest. Carry pepper spray or a taser. Okay, this is just black. Just doing the bodies in black. I think I should do this part, but I'm trying to decide what color. It's not going to show. This part's not going to show. You don't have to paint it if you don't want to. I'm trying to decide if I should paint it all in black. Maybe I should just do that whole bottom part black. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do this all in black, but I should put down a little bit of tape. She's okay, no injuries, but very scared. You know, I'd be freaking out. And you know, we walk all our dogs. We can't scoop all of them up, but I will grab up Marley because she's the smallest. We've had dogs come up to us. My husband's was just walking Marley, and he had a dog come up to him, the neighbor's dog, and boy, he snatched Marley up and he grabbed the neighbor's dog by the throat. It was a big dog. The neighbor got all upset, and he goes, then you need to control your dog. You can't let your dog off leash. And he goes, well, he ran out, and it was a big one. It was, what are the dogs that have, oh gosh, they look like a wolf, but they have one blue eye and one blue eye and one brown eye. Those dogs. And generally the dog, he would even just have the dog sitting in his front, on his front lawn, just sitting there, because he had two of them. But one of them ran right up to Marley. My husband freaked out. It's so funny. I mean, he just grabbed that dog by the throat and had it pinned down. So, hey, if you're not going to leash your dog, if you're not going to control your dog, then you have to take the consequences of somebody doing that, right? Somebody else is going to take control of your dog. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. It's cheaper than bear spray. Let's see. Use a wasp spray. Oh, yeah. Wasp spray is great. Yep. And you know what? I've tried to order bear spray to have at the craft shows after there was an incident in one of the craft shows where the money was taken. I tried to order bear spray and they won't sell it online. I think you have to actually go into the store, but yeah, I should have wasp spray right by the checkout at my craft shows. That would be a great idea. I should have dried this really quick. I don't know if I can get right down to the edge without getting black in it. I'll probably have to wait. And this brush is dried. So anyways, I believe in protecting our animals. If another dog runs up to my dog, I'm going to do everything I have to protect my dog. And if that means that I have to take down the other dog, that's what I'm going to do. Because you see too many of these videos of these little dogs getting hurt or getting shook. All it takes is one little shake on those little dogs and they can snap their neck. So, yeah, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing. Okay, I'm going to dry this when I do the second coat. I'll put a piece of tape right down there so I can get right down close. I'm getting as close as I can without getting black onto my paintbrush. We're almost done with our first coats. I'm not painting the top part of this because that goes on there, and the bottom part of this is layered. So we're gonna dry here in a second. We'll get our second coats on. Probably should get our second coat of white and then get our third coat later. We need 3 coats on the white. So this is our door insert, and I chose to do it because I had my paint colors out. I normally don't do 2 painted projects in a row. I would do a transfer, but I'm like, I just need to do it because I need to take pictures. Okay, let's dry it. You keep it in the tray in your van door. You're afraid of people coming up to you in the window. Yeah, it doesn't blame me. Huskies, Sarah said. Yeah, I think it is a husky. I think you're right. And Laura said that dog was a Great Dane with either pit or box. Oh my gosh. Pit bulls across the street. You tell your little dogs, you're a chicken nugget. You're right, Sarah. Sarah, you are absolutely right. Yeah. They are like, it's like when you put out a bird feeder in my neighborhood. It is a cat feeder. The birds sit there and they wait for the cats sit there and they wait for the birds to land. Yeah. Yeah, some dogs just think that they're gonna eat your dog, right? We have coyotes in our area. We're really cautious about that. There's coyotes that'll come down while you're walking your dog during the day and try to snatch the dog right away from you. Pull the leash right out of your hand. It happened a couple years ago, just 2 blocks over from me. So, anyways, who has craft shows this weekend? Anyone doing craft shows? I bet, Jenny, I bet you are. You are so busy, girlfriend. Do you have a craft show this weekend? I wish you were doing mine, but you signed up for Lady of the Lake. That's the same as my weekend, I think. Ladies of the Lake. That's what it is. So I was surprised, but not surprised, because Arizona is open carry, and it's not unusual to get in someone's vehicle when you're in Arizona and they have a pistol in their console. It's not unusual. It's not unusual. It may have happened to me when I was visiting my son. It may have happened to me. It might have. Oh my goodness. Okay. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, let's do our second coats on everything. I want this to show through, but that red's a little blotchy. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit. I want the lines to show through. I am going to be getting ready. My brother-in-law is coming for his fall visit with his family. My brother-in-law from Prescott is coming, so there's oh, my morning little coughing fit. Yeah, they're going to be here. My husband's actually taking most of next week off, and he's going out fishing with them. But I have my craft show, so I get to spend minimal time. It always happens, and I figured it out. Their kids' time off coincides with the time off with the kids at the school over here. So it always coincides with craft shows. I don't get to spend as much time with them, but yeah, they're coming from Prescott. So that's kind of exciting. We got that going on. I might get to see them like on Tuesday. So I have craft show set up, and I really tried hard to be able to do it on Saturday, but I have craft show set up Sunday, Monday, and then I have Tuesday off, Wednesday off, and then the show starts Thursday night. I have to be there at noon on Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, tear down, and then they leave on Sunday, so I really don't get to spend as much time with them as I would like to. Let's see, Whistle. Oh, Whistle, yeah, Whistle's good. Sarah says not this weekend, but the next 3 weekends. Yeah, it's I only have, I have this one and then one at the end of this month. So I have a little bit of a break in October. Normally we have another one in October, but she couldn't get an October date, so it's pushed to November. So I have 5 in November, and then I have 1 in December. So it's going to be a crazy, crazy month next month. But I love every bit of it. It's funny. I was on the Chocator call the other day, and one of the other people said, "You will never catch me doing an event." I'm like, I love doing events. This is year 39 of doing the events. It might actually be close to 40, but we're going to call it 39. So 39 years of doing craft shows in this area, something like that. And I love every bit of it. I love my people. It's so much fun. Let me scroll back up. Hi, Julie. How are you? I don't know if I said hi. Cheryl said, when you were younger, your little dog was shook to death. That is just so horrible. I'm so sorry, Cheryl. I'm sure that it still brings back bad memories. I've read so many things on neighbor apps about a person, my mom was out walking her dog and a stray dog came up and shredded the dog, and the dog went to the vet and it passed away. I read so many things about that I am just so cautious. I am just so wary about it. yeah, it's anything can happen. You never know. When I've been out walking my dog up at Big Bear, and I only had one there that weekend, across the way in the backyard of one of the houses, there was a coyote, a great big coyote that was like, he would have been up to my chest. They grow them tall there, tall and lean, and probably very hungry. probably very, very hungry. So yeah, it's traumatizing. It's PTSD is real with that. Real. Okay. All right. I think I got second coats on all the things that I wanted to. I'm going to dry, and then we will do shading. We need to do cheekies and eyeballs. Cheekies. I need to wipe these out. Oh no, I needed to do second coat on the face. I did not do that. Let me do the second coat on the face. Hi, Nikki, over on YouTube. I see you saying hi. And Laura said, your neighbor has mean German Shepherds, which make you worried. Yeah, they're fenced in, but things can happen. Exactly. The fence can blow down during a windstorm. They can leave the gate open by accident. You can't trust when you let your dogs out to potty. If they're anywhere near other dogs like that, then you have to be out there with them. Unfortunately, you can't just have the doggy door and let them go out if there's a neighbor that has dogs like that. Unfortunately, we have to be proactive, and we have to protect our pets because, things do happen. So, okay, this is warm beige. The face is warm beige. Okay, now I'm ready to dry, but I'm going to wipe this with my Clorox wipe. You were 8 years old, Cheryl, when it happened, and you remember. Yeah, exactly. Michelle said, how do you know how much product to take to each show? Oh, goodness. Well, I've been doing craft shows forever. Judy says you also love doing craft. Yeah, I love doing craft shows. This person she sells online, and there's nothing wrong with that. She might even watch my Facebook Live. But I was just, when she said that, I'm like, oh no. I love the in-person feeling. I love being in person with my customers and talking to them and seeing my crafter friends. I love that part of it. That's my jam. Not everybody wants to go and set up a craft show and tear down a craft show and do all those things, but I do. I don't mind putting in all the hard work. Sarah says she loves them. Been doing off and on for 40 years too. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let me go back to your question. Michelle, how do I know how much to take to the craft show? Take as much as you possibly can. Because you can always put it under your table. You can always leave some in your vehicle. Although, don't do that if you don't have a safe area. Things do get broken into. Okay, I need to do the buckle on that. I need to remember that. I need to do cheekies and eyeballs. So, here, I learned my lesson when I first started. We'll just talk about that because we'll be shading and doing all the things. I learned my lesson on not taking enough. So I've done craft shows forever, and I used to do home shows because they used to have a lot in houses. Judy used to have one in hers, but one of my first home shows that I did was at a lady's house, and all I had to do was drop off my product and then pick it up, and then I was going to deliver to the next one. So I dropped off boxes and boxes and boxes, and she set everything out. It was really easy peasy. I paid a booth fee. I paid a percentage. She did all the work, and I arrived to pick it up, and I was heading right to my next show to drop off. And she handed me a box, and I'm like, okay, I'll wait here while you get the rest. She goes, this is all that's left. And there was like 5 items. This was Pam Heyer, Judy, Pam Heyer's craft show. So her and, what's her name? Van Bibber. I can't think of it. Robin Van Bibber. They used to do craft shows, and I didn't have to work at the craft show. I just dropped off my stuff, dropped off boxes and boxes and boxes. And she handed me back a box that had like 5 items in it. And I was kind of devastated because I was supposed to head right to another craft show to set up. And so I made sure after that experience, I said my minimum that I will take to a craft show is $10,000 in product, because I surely won't sell $10,000 in product. Back then, when I first started, when cows, pigs, and chickens were all popular, that's all I was making was cows, pigs, and chickens, and I would sell the heck out of them. And it was crazy. It was crazy. Okay, I'm going to do these eyeballs, then I'll do the little tiny eyeballs. But I would have $3,000 or $4,000 shows all the time back then. It was not unusual to do that all the time, but I would take $10,000 in inventory. And I know that's a lot. That's a lot for anybody to think about. Or I would start this season with $10,000 in inventory and then just keep adding every single week until craft show season was over, because basically it would start September, October, November, and I'd have one show in December. So I would take as much as possible and put extra underneath my table because I could restock. Whenever it wasn't busy and people weren't in my booth, if there was a hole in my booth from something selling, I'd grab something else and I'd fill the spot. And I'd fill the spot. And I'd fill the spot. And I just keep my booth full. When I was at the craft show, I was able to do that. If I wasn't there, other people were doing that. We helped each other. We have a great community of crafters here in my area, and everybody watches out for each other. And I put little white dots. So we walk. That's part of our duty at the craft show, is to walk around, and if someone's display is empty because they sold something, you put something, either move stuff around or you look under their table when there's nobody in their booth and you fill that spot. So yeah, that's what I would do. $10,000 minimum. That's a lot. It's a lot, but that's what I needed for my booth. Other people might need to have $20,000 minimum. And now I probably have twice that much. So Jenny says, your thought is that everything that you might have room for, you cannot sell it if it's home. Exactly. Yeah, you can't sell it if it's not at home. Yeah. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Thanks for sprinkling. And Jenny says, I had two pitties play tug with one of your cats. Oh my gosh, it was horrific. Yeah, filed a police report and they had to get rid of the dogs. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that happened, because they should not be allowed to do that. Okay, forgot to do the stems on my pumpkins. And it's 2 coats, because when you're trying to paint the brown over the orange, it takes 2 coats. But it's easier to just paint the whole pumpkin than try to stay away from the stem. Honestly, I always do it like this. I always just paint the whole thing. So yeah, I have a lot of experience with craft shows. I've been in charge of craft shows for over 13 years now. So I have a little bit of experience. The craft show down in Chula Vista, that used to be at a different location. And me and my friend Donna, we purchased that show. And then Donna left, I think it's been 3 years now that she decided she was kind of done with craft shows. So she and I parted ways with the craft show, and I kept going with it. I also am in charge of the one that is at the preschool. And after purchasing the craft show from Judy this spring, I decided to hand that one over to a friend. So I'm training someone for that one. So it's kind of a combination of things this year. I have some that I'm in charge of the whole way, some that I'm training. I have a total of 5 events that I'm in charge of this year. And then the one that I'm training my friend on. So this is going to be so cute. Oh my gosh. I'm going to want to put this on my front door right away, but you know, it's not even Halloween yet. So I think I need to put the Halloween out front. How fun, guys. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that I did this one. There was another design that was just turkeys, and I just love this one so much. Oh, I need to do the little black part on the nose too. I need to do that. So, hi Sandy, how are you? Yeah, the booth must always look full. I know. Here's the funny thing, Judy. I commented recently, within the last month, on a Facebook page. Somebody had shown a picture, and someone else of their booth, and someone else says, your booth looks messy and too full. And it wasn't. I was thinking, it looks like my booth. I overfill my booth because I'm up at the register. Even at my other craft shows, I'm usually at the register. I don't have time to go and refill my booth. So I overfill my booth. Sometimes I'll stack it. Sometimes I'll do my booth where I'll have there like all of the ghosts in a line, all of the pilgrims in a line, all of the mummies, all of the skeletons just in a row, like so they're all together. Other times I'll do my display so that they're mixed. There's one of this and one of that, just mixed throughout. So it depends on how I actually am feeling. Because sometimes I think like if there's a whole bunch, like it's at a store where they just pick out one and they just go to each row and pick one of each one. but yeah, you can't sell it if it's home. You can put stuff under your table and restock. You don't want your booth to ever look empty and picked over. Okay, so that's you want it to be. You don't want to put things flat on a table. You want to do things up high. You want to have crates, and you want to build height in your booth. You want to have a grid wall to hang your signs from. Where is I need another Clorox wipe. So you've seen my booth and how I do things. My booth is over full when it starts, and then the madness begins. The people come in, they start shopping. I don't have time to restock until the end of that day usually, because the first day of the craft show is usually so busy that there really isn't any slow periods of time. And at the end of the night, I restock. But it's not bad to have it overfull so that when people start taking things out, it doesn't look picked over. You don't ever want your booth to look picked over. You might not have time to grab stuff from underneath the table, but you can kind of shuffle things around and fill the spots. If you have a spot on your grid wall that's open, move something around. On my grid wall, I use paper clips to hang things, and I'll put like 3 things on a paper clip so they can take one and take one and take one, and then finally there's an empty spot, and then I'll just move something up from the bottom. I just start there's times when it's the end of the craft show and my grid wall is only half full, but the top is full, so I'm always moving up from the bottom. I wish y'all could just come to my craft show and I could just teach you from there. If you have a friend, I didn't do the yellow around that. Let me grab my stylus. I need to do the buckle part. If you have a friend that does craft shows, go and hang out. Go and offer to help in their booth. And learn how to do it that way. If you have somebody that you trust that can be your mentor, offer to volunteer to help at their craft show to see how it's done. Look around you and find your friends that know what they're doing. There are some that don't. Find your friends that know what they're doing with craft shows and say, hey, I would love to come and learn and help you at your craft show. They'll take you up on it. Everybody needs help. I love to have helpers. I love to have people come and work and help at my booth, or help tear down, or help set up. We will take you up on it. So it's always nice to kind of have a mentor, someone to teach you. And our craft shows here are a little different because a lot of our craft shows, all the craft shows that I do are boutique style, where you have one main checkout. But there's many different craft shows in San Diego, but the ones that I do, I have to put price tags on everything because the customers shop in every single booth at the craft show, and then they take their basket to the checkout and they pay for it there. So they pay for everything at the end, and when the basket gets up to the register, we tear the tag off. So each tag has a top part and a bottom part that has your code. Like my code is DB64. So Darlene Brown 64. I picked mine. It needs to be a 4-digit code or have your name on it or whatever so that we know whose tag it is. Those tags are pulled. The customer is rung up like at a grocery store. You just ring up all the tags and they're charged. And then those tags go into a bucket and they're sorted per vendor. So yeah, ours is a little different. There's many different types of craft shows. There are some like that are on like a large scale. Up in LA, Sugar Plum is huge. I think they have a couple hundred vendors and they do that. Yep. There's other craft shows where you take your own money. So yeah, you just have to kind of ask about what type of craft show is it. When you're wanting to do a craft show, get all the details, ask all the questions. Go visit the craft show. I always suggest if you're going to do a craft show, go visit it first because you don't want to get scammed. There's a lot of scammers out there saying, like I had one the other day that said, oh, I still have openings. Even though when I posted my event for my craft show, I said, we're full. We're not taking any vendors. Don't fall for scammers. There was still one. I have to keep watching on my event page, on my Facebook page, on my event. I have to keep watching for scammers because there's always people that scam. So let's see. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Jenny says, and you want your booth to look like is not just a hobby. Yeah, you want it to look nice. You want it to be organized. Definitely. So sometimes people will show their booth and they're so proud of it, but everything's flat on a table. Invest in those wooden crates I got some on my porch right out there. The wooden crates from Michael's. Hobby Lobby might have them too. Let me get a little Q-tip. Hobby Lobby might have them, but the crates, let me show you the pictures of the crates because I just did it when I did the Peanuts collection. Let me just see if I can find a picture of my display that shows the crates and the way that I did it. I'm scrolling up on my pictures. You want height in your booth. Okay, so creating height in your booth is going to make it so that things don't look flat. I don't know if I have, oh, here we go. This is a good picture. And then you want grid wall behind it. Okay, so this is just a smaller picture, but this one right here that I'm going to put my finger on, this kind of shows you there's some crates. You use the crates to create height in your booth. So that, I mean, when I do my booth, I will do them sometimes 4 levels high of just crates and crates and crates. You want it to look nice. You want there to be little cubbies and places to put things. It really is helpful the crates are the easy way. And then you can actually use your crates to put stuff in, not heavy stuff, but you can use your crates to put, to carry stuff. Like I will put my tablecloths in there. I'll put soft stuff that's not heavy, but yeah, that's what I do. I make height. Don't just have things laying on a table because it doesn't look appealing. Look at other people's booths and people that are successful, what they're doing. Okay, they're not just laying things just randomly down on a table. You have to put some money into your display. Now, another thing that you can do to get height on your table is to take tablecloths and wrap them around your boxes. I've done that before when I haven't had enough crates. I've had extra tablecloths, which can be sheets. Once upon a time, I used sheets and wrap it around the box to just create more height on your table. So anyways, there's your little tutorial for today on craft shows. I'm always happy to answer questions. But one of the key things is just go around to craft shows, look at a booth and say, could I take a picture of your booth? I really love how you displayed this. And I usually will say, this was way back when, I would say, I'm not going to make your product because, for one, I don't do that type of stuff, but I just love how you displayed everything. So getting ideas. You can have your husband make something too, you know. They could make a pegboard thing. I used to have my ornaments and I'd hang them on a pegboard. I posted the picture yesterday. I reposted it from the craft show, and I had the gingerbread. Do you remember the big gingerbread house, Judy? So we made a great big gingerbread house, and that's what we hung the ornaments on. So you could, if I just laid them on a table, they wouldn't sell. But anyways, make it appealing to people. Make it like a little store. You want your booth to look like a little store that people go in and they want to be in your booth. Right? You want them to want to be in your booth. Yeah, always, always, always ask to take a picture. Don't just take it. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'm that way. I've only ever taken pictures one time when I was like, oh my gosh, I love this idea of this booth. I don't make this type of product, but I love the way that she displayed it. And I asked if I could I asked permission. Yeah, don't just go up and snap a picture. People might take offense to that. Yeah. All right. But most people are generally, they're happy to answer questions. They know that you're probably not going to ever make exactly what they're making because it's a lot of work. You might just be there to get ideas for a booth or ideas for something else. But for the most part, I know when people look at the stuff in my booth, they are not going to go home and make it because they're not going to be able to cut it out. They're not going to paint it. I do have people that shop for other people. I do have people that I know are always going to take pictures at my booth. Sometimes they'll come in and they'll be doing a FaceTime because they're shopping. We have some that are personal shoppers, that the person that they're shopping for is either out of town or they're at work, and they walk through and they show them stuff and they just put it in their basket. So I have 2 people that have personal shoppers. I know they're going to be in there taking pictures. So, okay. So I have all the brown. I need to do some white shading on here. Hi, Maria. How are you? You didn't let people take pictures in your home. Yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't want them taking pictures. Judy has a house that is just like an antique store. She has a collection of so many different things. You feel like you walked into a little country store. It is so charming. And there's different collections everywhere, even in the bathroom. It's just incredible. You would walk into her house and you couldn't focus on just talking to her because you just want to be looking at everything. It's like, Judy, I know you're here, but I'm checking everything out. I'm looking at all this stuff. Okay, I think that's good. I think we can start gluing together. I think we're good with everything. And if we're not, we'll know in a minute when we start gluing. Okay, so this is the monthly kit insert for the door. If you purchase this and the blocks, you're going to get the turkey for free. I did add the turkey by itself. So if you want, oh, guess what? These go on here. Yeah, forgot. Those do go on there. If you want the turkey just by itself, it is available in there. It's in the same section. And I did put the link earlier, so you can do that. Somebody's texting me. Who's texting me? UPS. Oh, it's a scammer. It's a scammer. It's one of those that says, we can't deliver. Click this link. I'm not clicking any link. Don't fall for it, guys. Do not fall for it. I won't do that. I won't click links. So, you let people take pictures all the time. Yes, because they're not going to do what you do. Right. Yeah, they'd have to do a lot to do your stuff. Jenny makes beautiful tumblers and some of them have music on the base? Is it on the base or is it actually in the cup? I can't remember. She has beautiful, beautiful tumblers. Where's that part? Oh, I'm like, where is that? You guys, I panicked for a second there. It's this. I was looking around for a turkey. Nope, it's the pumpkins. The pumpkins go there. Darlene, pay attention. I could just look at my picture over there. It would tell me. But I was like looking around for a turkey body. No, the turkey is behind. I just don't know sometimes what to do with myself. Sometimes, guys, okay, I know that this goes here, and there's a sign up here, and I got to put the turkey head here, and then she has her little, I don't know what part that would be called. What is that called? The yoke? Yoke? Is that what that is? A yoke? I don't know. The top part of her dress, whatever that is called. Somebody knows, help me out. Help me out. Okay, there's her hat. The turkey head goes in here. This is going to be so cute. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm so excited to see it all put together. I'm loving this. What about you? Hi, Carol. How are you? Canoe hanging from the ceiling? Yes. She has a canoe hanging. She has so much, I'm telling you. And stuff outside. Tons and tons of stuff. Oops, I put that glue too low on that. Tons of stuff outside. Everywhere you look, birdhouses. A bird atrium? Is that what it is? A bird, like, bird, a great big huge. Is it an atrium? What is it called? A great big cage that has birds. Is it an atrium? I don't know. I'm not sure what you call it, but one of those. One of those. Okay, button here. Button here. Hat band. Okay. All right, I'll use a little sponge for part of this. Okay, this goes like that. Oops. Sanctuary. There you go. Yeah, it's like a sanctuary. It was like a big bird kennel. But it's a cage. Yes. So she had that. Give thanks. Okay, I will. I'm going to give thanks. I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. I'm not putting on all of it. You only have to have it on part. Okay, so that's going to go right there. This is going to be so adorable. Cannot wait. Okay, turkey needs his eyeballs and his nose and his arms. Okay, so that goes there. And yeah, Judy and I go way back to her house on Mono Lake. She was one of my first home shows that I did. I did hers and Judy Arco out in Alpine. I've done so many shows over the years. We have fun just sitting and reminiscing, talking to people. Oh, did you do this show? Jennifer Norman with the big boulder in her house. I think that was her. They built the house around a boulder because they didn't want to dynamite the boulder out. The living room has a boulder in it. Okay. Everything looks good. Let me make sure these are all lined up. The hat's lined up. That's lined up. Perfect. You guys, isn't it adorable? Aviary. It's gone now. Yeah. It was a lot of work. It was a ton of work, right? Yes. Okay, let me get my sign. Okay, so here's the trick to getting this in here. I'm going to do it carefully and not move all my stuff around because it's still wet. Pull these up, but just know that these are going to be in the way. The pilgrims are tall, and so you're not going to be able to pull these back down into like this. They're going to be sitting out about like that, out to the side. When everything is said and done, you're not going to be able to pull them flat this month because of the design. Because I just took things and I created this. I decided to go ahead and create it. You might have to sometimes pull up on this part to get it to slide in there. and then you just slide it down. Make sure that you're gently getting that jute out of the way until you get it down, and make sure it's centered, because there is a little bit of slop in there. You can kind of slide it to the side a little bit, get it centered, okay? And then I'm going to make sure my pumpkins are down all the way, down to there. Looks good. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh. So that's really cute. Let me go smaller on my thing so it's easier. Okay, now I'm going to gently pull this, but it's not going to go all the way down on both sides, okay? So it's okay though. It's just going to hang just like that. All right, you want to make sure this is centered properly. You could go over a little bit more, but I think that's good right there. What do you guys think? Do you love it? I love it too. Do I have pictures of my first shows? I don't have pictures of my very first shows, unfortunately. I don't. I don't think back then that our phone, we didn't really have phones that took pictures like that. 40 years ago, I wasn't taking pictures. Judy probably has pictures of her house way back then, but I don't. I love it too. Give me some turkeys or pumpkins. Give me turkeys or pumpkins. I am doing lots of happy mail this week. So look in your emojis and give me turkeys and pumpkins. I'm going to find this so that you can grab this. If you haven't grabbed this kit yet, you're going to want to. And you can, if you haven't started out with this yet, it's okay. You can buy this part and then you buy this part. So this is the monthly kit. We do a different insert every month. All of those inserts are still there. You can always go back and you can catch up. You can always just start next year. Some people get the 2024 kits. They are just working on all of those. And then they'll do the 2025 ones later. I'm just going to give you the section that this is in, and you can scroll down and find the right one. You might want to get the blocks too. So everybody's different on what they have in their house. This will go on a door. This can go inside. It doesn't have to be right on your door. You do have some. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Okay, that is the link for this. Okay, so the monthly kits are never on the sale because they're already discounted. Okay, if you buy this and the blocks, then you're going to get the turkey. Let me see if I have pictures of yesterday's project in there. Yeah, I do. Okay, so I have, here's the blocks that we did yesterday. They go in the little house. Okay, here's the blocks. Look how cute. It all is matchy-matchy this month. Okay, sometimes they're different, but they go together, but they're not like the same. These are all matchy-matchy. All of this stuff matches. There's the turkey. If you buy the sign insert and the blocks, and the blocks go into this. So let me show you because some people are like, well, what do they go into? This is what they go into. They go into this little into this. So they're large. Those blocks are like 7 inches by 7 inches. It's actually 7.05. And then that's tall. It's about 30 inches tall. And thank you guys. Thanks for all the turkeys. I love that. So if you buy this insert that I just did and you buy that, then you will get the turkey free. Okay, so if you buy this insert and the blocks, you get the turkey sitter free. But you can also buy the turkey by itself. I added that. Isn't that cute? So when you go to pull this out of here, the proper way to pull it out is to get these loosened up first. You know, just gently pull on this. And then here's how you're going to get it out. You're just going to kind of start wiggling it to get it up. Don't pull on the top part and get pieces broken off. Okay, so be gentle. Be gentle. When you get to a certain point, then you can pull it out. Okay, so that's how it is. This is your insert. So each month you're going to get a new insert, and you're going to put it into your door sign. Some people actually bought 2 of these so that they can overlap. So they have one for the previous month and one for the current month. Okay, then you put it back in and you just gently pull to get that back where it is, and then it's just going to hang. So there we go, guys. We are done. Thank you so much. It's Friday, which means that Darlene has the weekend to get stuff done. I'm getting stuff packed in my trailer tonight. I have to do my cash registers, my bags, my tablecloths, all of those things. Actually, they're going in my truck. So that part goes in my truck. My trailer's always full of all my stuff for my regular craft shows, but my truck holds all the rest. And that's kind of nice because then when I get to the craft show, I go, okay, we got to unpack the truck first because it has all of that stuff in it. I have bags. I actually got some cute red and white checked bags. Just not, they're like small ones that are so cute. And then for my Chula Vista show, it's a gingerbread theme. And it's so cute. The bags look like gingerbread houses. Yeah. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you had fun. It is so cute. Isn't that so cute? It's going to be really adorable. I could hang it right here on my wall. Right there. Look at how cute that is. All right. I want to kind of let it sit and finish drying. I'll take some pictures. I'll put that on the page. And there we go. And hopefully I'll get the whole thing. I told you I got my Debbie transfers, but I did not get the Snowball one. So I did send them a message, but I'm going to contact them also and just say, hey, can you look into this for me? I don't know what happened. There must have been a glitch in the system. So I was so excited. I ripped open the package. I'm ready to use the Snowball transfer and it's not there. If that ever happens to you, customer service is who you need to contact. And you can only do that through chat on the Talkator website. I can help direct you to that and show you where that's at. If you ever have a question, you ever have a problem with any of that, send me a message. I am here for you. You don't even have to be on my team. I help anybody. All right, guys, let me read this. Is that the background holder in the link? The link that I gave you has the whole collection. So the link, you just scroll down. If you scroll down on that, the holder is at the very bottom. I can give you the link for just the holder. It's going to be at the very bottom. If you scroll all the way down, because it was when we started. Where is it? Okay, so hello door sign only, no inserts. I'm going to give you that link by itself. I'll give you that. But it's at the bottom. If you just scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see it. It says hello door sign, no inserts. So that is the backer. That's right there. Okay, now you have it. All right, guys, I love you. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I will see you Monday. I do have to set up at the craft show, but I don't have to be there till 9. So we will do a quick tutorial on Monday. We'll do a fun little project. Won't be long. But I will see you Monday. Have a fantastic weekend and know that I love you so much. I appreciate you more than you will ever know. This is what I love to do. This is my favorite time of the day, is being here with you guys.